and welcome back to Master Game Design, Unreal Engine 5, Stylized Environment and Third-Person Blueprint course. In the last lesson we left off with doing some system analysis, and in this lesson we are going to start with creating our map. Okay, let's begin by creating our testing level. So, on content, I'm going to create a new folder, call it maps, and I'm going to color code this folder. And I'm gonna choose a nice red. Okay, and inside our maps folder, I'm gonna right click, create a new level, and call it testing level. And I'm gonna open it and save it. This is a blank level, so we're gonna need at least one directional lighting so we can see. And I'm gonna choose the level prototyping meshes, level prototyping folder, go to meshes, and choose the SM cube. And I'm gonna go to details and make it, let's say, 50 by 50. Unlock this. And for z-axis, I'm gonna put it at 0.2, so it's a flat surface. I think this will do fine. Actually, I'm gonna rotate it by holding Alt, so it's gonna duplicate. I have selected the snapping. Now what I'm trying to do is to do a 90-degree angle. Here it is. And let's make this a little bit shorter. I think this will be it. And by holding Alt, I'm gonna drag it across, make a little box. And I'm gonna select the other one too, and by rotating with Alt, I'm gonna create two more. And there we have it, a small box for our testing. Right, now let's bring from basics, I want to spawn, here it is, a player start. And I'm gonna press End to snap it on the floor. Right, we have a player start, we have a small box to test. I'm gonna close from show collisions because we could see collisions. And right now what we need to do is set up some spawning rules, because right now it uses the default, well, it says it uses none, but it uses the default actions for spawning the player. So we're going to use our own actions to do this. So we're going to go to content, right click, add new folder, I'm going to name it blueprints, I'm going to right click, blueprint class, and from all classes I'm going to search for game mode. I'm not going to use the game mode base, I'm going to use the game mode itself, and select, name it GM Harbor. Right, and I pressed enter to open it. I'm gonna save it. Actually, yeah, let's gonna put it here as a tab. First of all, I want it to override the world settings to our game mode. I want for default class, actually we could set this internally, We go to class settings. So controller class, let's use the default one. Everything default and except default pawn that we want none. And compile and save. So when the game begins, we're gonna get all actors. We're gonna search for the class player start, and we're gonna get the first one that we find, because we only have one player start on the scene over here, and get transform and spawn actor from class. Now for this example, we're gonna use, for this project actually, we're gonna use the Gideon character, but the base of it will be the third person character. So here we're gonna choose the third person character. Thus we have used the third person game mode on the project for a template. And we're gonna promote this spawned character to a variable. Let's call it player reference. Put it in the category references. And now we have our variable stored in a nice category that we're gonna use this category for many more things, especially widgets. Anyway, so when the game begins, it searches for the player start, the first one it finds, it gets its transform, and it spawns our player. Now, when this player spawns, he actually has he doesn't get possessed. That's actually what's happening, because if I eject with Alt S, you can see that the player is here. So what's going on is that this is not possessed, it's just spawned the actor. So what we're gonna do is get player controller, and from here I'm gonna say possess. Now possession is a weird node. It requires some functionality for the possessable, let's say, to have. Basically, you can not possess actors by themselves if you just have them by default, but you can possess pawns and characters and vehicle pawns, and but the most important is that you can possess characters and pawns, and when something needs to be possessed, it needs to be one of these two. Now, to be honest, to give inputs to an actor, possession is not a necessity. Like, you could have an actor blueprint that you could enable inputs on it, and it would work. But based on the whole system that somebody's creating, these nodes give some more options, let's say, and make some things easier. Anyway, let's compile and save and press play, and now we are on our character. But as you can see, we cannot move, the camera is not moving. So what's going on? Let's see. If we go to our character, it's the third person. I'm gonna color code this folder also. Light blue, and let's color code the blueprints also, so I can, it's personal choice. I find them easier like this. So back to our third person character. On begin play of this character, it's initiating the enhanced, this is the new Unreal Engine 5 version of inputs. It's different than Unreal Engine 4. It's way more easy to use when you want to do key bindings and everything. and have actions, specific tasks, like you want some buttons to do something on widgets, or the same button do something on a player, but it makes the code easier, the coding. But we won't be bothered with this right now. What we're gonna do is, since this is initiating on begin play, and we are possessing after begin play, because begin play initiates when this is spawned, but we are possessing it a few milliseconds after, which in coding terms this matters. This does not run. So what we're gonna do is disconnect this and create a custom event here. Let's call it init initiation, and add this and call it from here after we possess. Compile and save and press play, and we have movement. We can move in our testing level. This is wonderful. I think this is a nice place to stop for this one. I'll see you on the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.